Setting up Facebook. Good morning. Let me turn the screen around since I got the camera blocked. Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Come on in. We're getting, I think we need to leave it like that. We're getting Facebook online here. So let's see how we do this. Allow access. This is our first time, brothers and sisters. Go ahead and come on in. You know what to do. Introduce yourself to everybody. Introduce yourself to everybody. Let us know your name, where you're from. All right, let's see what we're doing here. All right, welcome, everybody. Today is Friday. Welcome to access. Welcome. Come on in. We're getting everything set up. You probably should have done this earlier, right? All right, come on in. Subtitle, caption, audio guide, learning. All right, come on in, you guys. We're getting, hey, welcome. Make sure you share. This is Financial Freedom Friday, brothers and sisters. Financial Freedom Friday. Come on in. All right, welcome. First time, Jeremiah. All right, welcome, Austin, Texas. Welcome. Let's go ahead and share and get some more people here. All right, Meerkatters, welcome, you guys. Welcome. Got about a minute left. Hopefully I can get this done in a minute. Let's see. Capture audio description. All right, welcome, everybody. Welcome. Tap privacy, switch camera on. Okay, maybe if I read it, huh? Touch privacy, camera for Facebook. All right, maybe if I read a little bit, right? All right, welcome, you guys. Come on in. Let's share. Welcome to Financial Freedom Friday. All right, let's get up here. Let's go up here. We're getting Facebook Live on for the first time, brothers and sisters. Yes. Continue. All right. Looky. Describe. Facebook premiere of all right, brothers. So let's see what we're doing here. Financial Freedom. Welcome, you guys. Welcome. We're getting set up. You're seeing it live. All right, who we got there? Come on in, you guys. Come on in. Today's Friday. Where you guys at? Come on, you guys. Come on. We need to come on in. It's Friday. We're running kind of slow today. What's wrong? Good morning, Meerkat. We're almost there on Facebook, baby. We're almost there. Black economy. All right, almost there. RRELL. All right, I think we got it, boys and girls. Let's go. Look like that's not high enough. Let's get us another book. Bear with me. All right, because I said we're going to start going 3 platforms, right? 3 platforms on these money streams, right? Oh, man, this still ain't high enough. Excuse me, brothers and sisters. Excuse me. Like we'll have to go thick on them. We got to go fall of the Roman Empire. All right. Oh, really? Welcome, 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 everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, man. Welcome, good morning, and welcome. Man. This camera's so low here. It's Apple camera. All right. Let's go live. All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, good morning, everybody there in Facebook Live land. Welcome. This is our premiere here on Facebook of the Money Game, All right. Welcome, everybody at Periscope. Welcome, everybody at Meerkat. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Come on in. Make sure you put your comments below. And when this subscribe comes up over there at Facebook, when that comes up, you guys make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can be aware of every time we go live here on Facebook. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Money Stream Live. I should say the Money Game live stream. This is where we talk about the rules, the winning rules to the money game, the winning rules to the money game, the rules that the winners play by to win consistently, right? It's more than just strategy and techniques, right? These are specific rules that I've learned over the last 30 years that those that win at the money game consistently play by these rules exclusively. They don't play by any other rules. They don't take it for chance. They actually play by these rules exclusively. All right. So that's what we want to talk about. That's what we talk about on these live streams. Hey, everybody over there watching on Facebook. This is the premiere live stream there at Facebook of the Money Game. So we want to welcome everybody. And if you're about hashtag black dollars, if you're about hashtag black wealth, if you're about hashtag black economy, then welcome, welcome, welcome. You are at the right live stream at the right time. And I want to welcome you. My name is DarrellMuhammad, real estate investor, mentor, coach and trainer, entrepreneur, sales and marketing professional, on and offline sales and marketing, networker, network marketer, and was a former stockbroker for one of the top 4 leading investment firms on Wall Street. And that was the experience that really totally took the lid off of my thinking, took the lid off of the difference between those who know and those who don't know, those who play by the winning rules, brothers and sisters, and those that don't. All right. There's a big, big difference, a totally different way of doing things. As Wallace Waddle says, you have to do things a certain way. So what we want to do here on these live streams is just come to you guys and just share what I've learned, just to kind of prick the consciousness, just kind of, open up, if you will, take the lid off of the jar so that we can get out here and we can play the game by the winning rules to win. Play the game by the winning rules to win. Make sure you guys put your name there at Facebook. Put your name and what city you're from. Introduce yourself to everybody because we want this to be a nice, tight, friendly community. All right. So we have Facebook, we have Meerkat, and we have Periscope. All right. Now, if you want to contact me, brothers and sisters, you can contact me on several different platforms. All of them are DarrellMuhammad. All right. You see it right there. Periscope, Twitter, Facebook fan page. Blab.im is DarrellMuhammad, and also Snapchat. Make sure you follow me on Snapchat because we're going to be doing some exclusive things on Snapchat that we're not going to do on Facebook, Periscope, or Meerkat. We're going to give away a lot of free product, a lot of free things over there exclusively on Snapchat. So go over there to Snapchat and make sure you follow us there. All right. All right, and here's another thing you want to do. If you like the hashtag black dollars, hashtag black wealth, hashtag black economy, and that's what you're about right here in your heart. Hey, Brother Eugene, how you doing? If that's what you're about right here in your heart, brothers and sisters, and you want to be a part of a tight-knit, small community, that's what we do. All right, that's what we're about. We're about circulating the black dollars and making it happen. Then you want to join us on my website, because this is where we're doing it all at, DarrellMuhammad.net, DarrellMuhammad.net. DarrellMuhammad.net. You see it right there. All right. And hit on one of those blog posts and put your information in right there. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started, brothers and sisters. Today is Friday. We call it here at the Money Game. We call it Freedom Friday or Financial Freedom Friday, where we talk about the idea of freedom. We talk about the idea of financial freedom because they go together. All right. They definitely go together. If they're two words together, then they complement each other. So we want to really expound and discuss and just brainstorm on the idea of freedom, financial freedom. I assume, brothers and sisters, that if you're watching this live here on Facebook, Periscope, I see is frozen, so we don't have time to straighten that out. So hopefully everybody will meet me over here at Facebook and Meerkat. If you're here, I assume you're interested about financial freedom. If you're here, I assume you're interested about hashtag black dollars, hashtag black wealth, hashtag black economy. I can assume that if you're here, that's of interest of yours, but it may be even a passion of yours, right? A mission of yours. It might be with you what you believe that you were put here to do. And if that's the case, brothers and sisters, then let's go ahead and just expound on the idea of freedom, expound on the idea of financial freedom. So if you're here and you're about that, then welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to be here Monday through Friday, God willing, the Money Game live stream. And we're going to start broadcasting live on Facebook Monday through Fridays at 11 o'clock Central Standard Time. All right. And here's the agenda. On Mondays is Money Mindset Mondays. Tuesdays is Tactical Tuesdays. Wednesdays is Everything Money Question and Answer Wednesdays. Thursdays is Tactical Thursdays. And Fridays is Financial Freedom Friday. All right. So that's the agenda. That's what we have set for you on this live stream, the Money Game. All right. So we're talking about financial freedom. We're talking about freedom, brothers and sisters. And if it says financial freedom, right, then what does finance have to do with freedom? And what does freedom have to do with finance? We're putting those two words together and say, that's what I want. So what do we understand about finance and how it's part of freedom? And what do we know about freedom and how it affects finance? Those are the questions and those are the things that we have to think about in the quiet of our own home. Hey, good morning, Tiffany. That we have to, determine the quiet of our own home. Great job last night on Blab, by the way. Very good. All right, Sister Tiffany. So that's what we want to talk about. And that's what we have to be clear in mind, right? We have to be clear in mind, brothers and sisters. How does finance and freedom work together? Because they work together. But to the extent that we can understand them, see, it's the understanding that wove the two together, is the thread that brings them together, right? And the tighter you pull the thread, the tighter it gets, the tighter you can bring those two things together. So I'm of the belief that we need to be very, very clear on freedom. What does that mean? What does that look like? And financial freedom, how having more money is going to give me financial freedom. It's going to give me freedom. If not, we'll get the money part because we're very clear on that part. But once we get it, we may not use it, right, as we should for freedom, right? If we make more money and go get a new car and have a car note, I should say, is that financial free? Is that freedom, having a car note? Being in debt? I don't think so, right? Get more money and go out and buy a bigger house with a bigger house note? Is that freedom? No, I don't think so. It reminds me of something I heard my mentor Holton Buggs say, and you might have heard me say it on Periscope before. Some of you have been on Periscope with us. He said once he started making a lot of money, he quickly, right, increased his lifestyle to show the kind of success he was having in network marketing. But as he continued to grow in personal development, grow in understanding money and finance and financial freedom, he realized that he did not own his lifestyle. His lifestyle was borrowed. His car was borrowed. His house was borrowed. His clothes were on credit cards. He borrowed the money and paying interest on it, right? Everything was borrowed. He said, I did not own my lifestyle. And he said from that point on, he was focused and determined to own his lifestyle, meaning pay cash for things, right? So his house is cash, his cars are cash. So now that lifestyle that you see him have, he owns it. The bank does not own it. The car finance company does not own it. The credit card company does not own it. He owns it. He's the sole title owner of his lifestyle. We're talking about financial freedom, brothers and sisters, understanding finance, which that's easy for us to do, but then understanding freedom. What does freedom look like, right? Just freedom by itself, understanding the concept, the idea, and the reality of freedom. What does it look like? So when we put it together, the understanding of both is the thread that goes between them both and pull them together. So now we can have a clear mission, a clear purpose on what we're out here doing in pursuit of financial freedom. All right. I'm of the belief, brothers and sisters, that we're living in a time here in America and the world where the focus is, believe it or not, the focus is freedom. The focus is freedom. Now, it's not used in those terms, right? Because we're under the belief that just because we're not in physical bondage, that everybody's free, right? That's the concept of freedom. But is that really freedom? So we see in America and around the world that the main theme is freedom if we just know what to listen for, right? If we just know code words. See, that's what you have to understand, brothers and sisters. Once we start getting our level of understanding higher, we be more and more conscious about our environment, more self-aware, right? And start pulling from God's universe the things that we need to build ourselves up for ourselves, our family, and our community. All right, if you're just joining us, this is hashtag Black Dollars, hashtag Black Wealth, hashtag Black Economy, the money game, where we share and learn the winning rules to the money game so we can economically empower not just ourselves, that's selfish, not just our family, that's still selfish, but our community. Someone's of us have to make it a part of our financial freedom plan, our financial freedom mission to empower our black community economically. All right? Because it's apparent that we are suffering. I'm not suffering. You're not suffering. But collectively, we're suffering economically because we don't understand the winning rules to the money game. The winning rules to the money game. If you don't know the rules, you can't play by them. And therefore, you can't win consistently enough to make a major difference. All right? So if that's what you're about, brothers and sisters, welcome. You're at the right place. We'll be on Facebook Live every day of the week at 11 a.m. covering the rules, the winning rules to the money game from my 30 years experience in the pursuit of living the true American dream. And what is that? That is financial freedom, right? People come from around the world to America for freedom. So I'm saying that, this world, the main focus of the world, and it's in America is included, is freedom, brothers and sisters, is freedom. I know it's hard to believe because, you can just walk the streets freely, and unless you're in jail, then you're free. I got that, right? But if you listen to the words, code words, see, once you start, as I was saying, becoming more aware, you start recognizing code language that's said to the masses of the people to hear, but only those with a certain level of consciousness recognize them as code words. And they are said specifically for those individuals who are at that certain level of consciousness. So we're hearing certain words that really mean freedom if you understand the code words and you look behind them, right? We hear stuff here in America like take back our country, That's code word for what? Freedom. You know, they're trying to take away our constitutional rights. That's code word for freedom. How about this one? Gun control. Right? They're trying to control guns, our guns. See, that's a code word for freedom. That's a code word for freedom. Right? They're trying to limit our free speech. Right? They're penalizing you for saying everything. You know, everybody's homophobic and Islamophobic and all these phobics. Right? So those code words of freedom, people are focusing on freedom, but they're using code words. Now, brothers and sisters, we as black people in America on this 460 plus years journey, this is a freedom journey, right? And a lot of our leaders have said, if we're all not free, then one of us are not free, right? Oprah can tell you about times, even after her success, that she's been discriminated against, right? A lot of people, right? A lot of those that we'll say they're free, right? They got all this money. They're financially free. But if one's not free, if all's not free, then that one person's freedom is at jeopardy. They can pull anybody over, any one of us over at any given time. They don't see your net worth. They don't know you're on TV. See, we have this separate black world that the other world doesn't know about. So we can be famous as all get out in the black community and everybody knows you. But as soon as the Hispanic police pull you over, the white police pull you over, and some black police pull you over, they don't know you from Joe Blow, right? So we have to understand, as our consciousness rise up, we have to understand that the freedom of the whole is the freedom of one. We're talking about financial freedom, brothers and sisters. We're focusing on freedom because we as black people, we've gotten away from freedom, I believe, my opinion, right? We've gotten too far away, and there's too few of us using the language, the pure, unadulterated language of freedom. We want to call it voters' rights, right? We want to call it civil rights, right? We want to call it human rights. It's freedom. God gave us freedom. Then man came and put these words on it, but God gave us freedom. That's why it's so natural for everybody to want financial freedom, right? You can go to a room of 10 people or 10,000 people and say, who want to be rich? Who want to be financially free? And I guarantee you, over 90% of the hands will go up because it's a natural desire to be free. And we know here in America, finance helps facilitate that freedom. Finance alone won't give you total freedom. Total freedom is something that we have to work for. We have to make sure, once again, we understand the concept of freedom. What does it include? It's all inclusive, and it includes the financial piece. But it includes so many other pieces that if we don't understand freedom and don't understand those other pieces of freedom, then no matter how much money we have, brothers and sisters, we won't be free. As a matter of fact, without understanding and employing and putting all those other elements of freedom together, then financial freedom will probably make us a prisoner. All right. So that's what we're talking about here. So we as black people, we have to understand freedom. We have to get back, even if it's in our own mind, right? We don't have to say everything. Our actions speak louder than our words, right? Our actions speak louder than our words. Hashtag black dollars, hashtag black wealth, hashtag black economy. Our actions speak louder than our words. We talk too much, right? Too freely, too openly, to where our enemies hear what we just come on, we just tell them, right? So it's not about that. It's about doing. It's about them seeing activity, economic activity in our community. And it's not the same people. It's not the same politician and his friends. It's not the same athletes. It's not the same. What about you and I, brother and sister? We can throw our hat in the ring. We can put our monies together, right? The government had just relaxed the laws for crowdfunding, right? As a hint. See, that's code language. That's code, financial code words. That's telling us, hey, you better go out there and get that money for your business. You better go out there and do something for yourself. You better go out there and pool resources with people who like your idea, who like your proposal. So what they do, they relax the law of who can qualify to give you money, right? Give you money for your startup. Okay? So that's what we have to understand. Those are code language. So we're living in a very, very interesting time here in America with the Democrats and Republicans. And I mean, brothers and sisters, that's what you should watch. You want to watch how you play on a high level. You want to learn on how you play for keeps. You want to learn how you play being all in, no holds barred. You want to do that? Don't look at what's not going on. Look at what's going on in this political environment right now in America and as it continues. I'm talking about the presidential race. All right? That's playing chess. Right? That's playing chess. And that's what we can compare ourselves with as far as the level of commitment. I'm not talking about their tactics and strategies. Right? Because that's not becoming of us. We're better than that. Right? But you look at the level at which they're playing at, the level, not how they're playing at that level, but how they're playing, the level that they're playing at. How they're going in hard and how they're committed and how they're all in. See, these are the things, brothers and sisters, that we have to get back to, because they're fighting for freedom. They're fighting for the freedom of the American people. They're fighting for the freedom of their constitutional rights. They're fighting for the freedom to get their country back from the lobbyists and the globalists, they call them, and the international bankers and all these people, right? We in the black community call it the Illuminati, right? Okay, so that's what they're fighting for. There's a group. Now the group has gotten bigger, right? And the group has included Donald Trump, right? So that's the time we're living in, brothers and sisters. And if we refuse to get in the fight, right, based on what's our best interest, see, that's what you have to understand. We have to understand everybody fights based on their self-interest. If they express it or not, that's only natural. So that's what we have to do. And we have to do it on a financial, economic level. That's why it's black dollars, that's your money. Black wealth, that's for you and your family. And black economy, right? That's our black community, right? If others can do it, brothers and sisters, so can we. If others can do it, so can we. All right? Shanita Evans, welcome, you guys. Quillini, I'm sorry. Sorry about that, sister. I made C's in class. Periscope isn't on. Yeah, I know. Periscope, I'm having trouble with Periscope. They hate, and I don't know what's going on. Meerkat is up and running. Hey, Living Chic over there. Thanks for restreaming. Brothers and sisters, my name is DarrellMuhammad, real estate investor, mentor, coach, networker, network marketer, sales and marketing professional on and offline. Was a stockbroker for a company by the name of Dean Witter that's no longer around for 6 years. And I tell you, that really opened my eyes, right? That opens my eyes to money and how the big boys play. So we like watching the big boys. That's why we watch football and professional level, because it's just enjoying. And I enjoyed being on the inside as a stockbroker, watching how it's done. How it's done. Now, I don't believe in the stock market anymore, but that doesn't take away that the character that the professionals operate by. It doesn't take away from me learning and understand that there's always two sets. The university is in dualities. There's always two sets, two of everything, right? There's two rules to the money game. Those that win successfully and consistently play by, and those that everybody else plays by, right? And there's no wonder why the majority of those of people don't win like the few, right? They said that the top 2%, I even heard 1% of the richest people in the world control 85, 90% of the world's wealth. It's not all because they cheat. I understand the idea that we've been taught. They cheat, they lie, they steal, they no good. Surely some of them do that, and probably a lot of them do that. But what about the rest of them that don't do that? Right? That's an example for us that we don't have to do that. But the bottom line is they're playing by winning rules that they know that the majority of the people, the rest of the people, don't know. That's why they have their groups and their clubs and their private, interest groups, right? APAC, right? And different interest groups, right? Different interest groups. And we have to do the same thing too. Today is Freedom Friday, or Financial Freedom Friday, brothers and sisters, where we talk about financial freedom, financial. We talk about the whole dynamics of it and get a clear understanding, because see, clarity is power. Clarity is power. One of the tests that we can use to determine if we're clear on a concept is to what extent can you explain it to somebody who's clueless? How much can you break that thing down and give very fundamental examples to where people can say, okay, I got it, Darrell. I got it, Shanita, right? We got to be able to break it down. And how do you do that? You do that by sharing with people. You do that by finding like-minded individuals, all right? And you're getting together and, communicating. You get together and share, right? If you like this Facebook Live, brothers and sisters, when it comes up to subscribe there at the bottom, go ahead and hit subscribe. All right, go ahead and hit subscribe. And that way, when we come on Monday through Friday, 11 a.m., you'll automatically be notified. All right? So that's what we want you to do. And find us at Periscope, DarrellMuhammad, at blab.im, DarrellMuhammad, at Twitter, DarrellMuhammad, at DarrellMuhammad.net, at YouTube, DarrellMuhammad. All right? And if you want me to come to your city and speak to your group, if you have a sales organization, a youth group that you think that this message, or that this message is empowering for whatever group that you're a part of, brothers and sisters, reach out to me at DarrellMuhammad.net. Hit contact me. All right. Go to Darrell Muhammad, hit more. There's a book list that you want to look at some of the books and purchase them through my site, because why? I get credit. I get paid. Right. We're talking about financial freedom. You can't be shy. Right. Scared money don't make money. Okay, so financial freedom, we have to understand and be clear on finance, which most of us are in this economic environment, but we need to become clearer in this concept of freedom. Where is it that we can go and learn about the idea of freedom, the concept of freedom? What does freedom mean? What's the essence of freedom? Right? What feeds freedom? What's against freedom? See, we have to be equally as clear in our minds, not what we say, in our minds of freedom and financial. And then that understanding is the thread that sews in between the both of them. And when you tighten the thread up, right, then it becomes like this. So everything you and I do, everything we say, everything we think has freedom as the nucleus, right? And then we attach finance to it. We attach health to it, right, Sister Tiffany? We attach health to it. We attach relationship. Hey, Alethea, we attach these things to it. We attach these things to it. So freedom is the gift that God gave every creature. Animal has the spirit of freedom, right? That's why it's unhumane? Whatever it is, to put an animal in the cage, right? Put an animal in the cage. Because God put in every creature the nature to be free, the desire to be free. Only when that spirit is broken, that we don't have a desire to be free. We're not interested in being free. And if that's the case, then that will stifle our quest and our pursuit for for financial freedom, right? That would affect our pursuit for financial freedom. So, brothers and sisters, that's all the message I have. If you have some questions about today's message, the nucleus of what we do, absolutely. So if you have a question about anything that we covered, then feel free to ask it at this time. If not, thanks for being here. Make sure you hit the subscribe button there on Facebook, because we're coming here Monday through Friday, God willing, at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time for the money game. This is where we talk about the winning rules to the money game. We all play the money game by default. Anytime money touches your hands, right, then you have just been activated in the money game. All right. So that's what we have to understand. That's the basic to it. Now, what we do with it determines, and it lets the world know what rules are we playing by in the money game. We're playing a consumer's rules, by rules that consumers play by, right? Those are losing rules. Or are we playing by the winning rules that producers play by, right? Because they're looking how they can produce, right? How they can expand, how they can grow big enough to share, not big enough to hog, right? To be greedy. That's not what we're talking about. Greed and freedom are opposing forces. So when greed comes into play, then freedom is affected by it, right? And that's how society, unfortunately, has gotten to a great extent. The greedy people stifle the freedom of others because they want more and more and more beyond, what's reasonable, right? Beyond what's reasonable. So subscribe and follow us. If there are any questions, no questions, thank you very much, you guys, for being here. This is the premiere of the money game, where we learn the winning rules to play the money game to win. All right, go to DarrellMuhammad.net. If you like this message, then hit one of the blog posts and get on the list, because on April the 9th, we're gonna have another live event. All right, I don't know if I'm gonna make it private or not, but you get on the list and you'll be aware of all the private live events, conference calls, webinars that we're gonna have just for those that's on the VIP list through my website. All right. So with that being said, brothers and sisters, thank you so very much for being here. Have yourself a great weekend. I pray to God that you enjoy this message. Watch it over and over again. It'll stay on this Facebook page. Share it with your friends, right? Because we say on Periscope, if you're not sharing, you're not caring, right? If you're not sharing, you're not caring. So with that being said, as I always say, I'll see you at the top, not from the top, because you, your family, but most importantly, our black community deserves your very best. Until next time, we'll see you Monday. God willing, have yourself a great weekend. Take care. All right, Meerkats, there you go. Facebook Live in the house, and Periscope crashed once again. Periscope crashed once again. We don't know what's up with Periscope. We might have to call Periscope. I think Periscope's in my hometown too, San Francisco or Palo Alto or something. We might have to call Periscope and see what the heck. Oops, almost cursed. What the hell going on with Periscope? Hating on my webcast like that. Thanks so very much for being here, brothers and sisters. See you. God.